everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where it's time for more side quests. We're back here in the Churning Mist with, nope, not the Wind Up Sun, too bright. Komajiro, that works. And I'm gonna start trying to do fewer side quests per episode from now on, just because doing 15-ish at a time was burning me out real hard. No matter how good the side quests are, it was a lot at once. So we're gonna take a bit better pace. Anyways, we are working on... You know what? I shouldn't leave you behind. Let's go take care of the one up there first. And then we'll come back to take care of the side quest at Asah, because almost every side quest here is at Asah. There you are, Mercurial Moogle. Are you napping? Right in the middle of this swarm of Tulahans? Very dangerous. Honestly, I respect it. It's very brave of you to do this. Here, let me get out Juniper to make this easier. Let's burn them down. Oh, I've got drill on different buttons. Let me fix that. And good. Alright, Mercurial Moogle, what's going on with you? It's hard to tell whether this Moogle is injured or just napping. Oh, so tired. You see, a friend of mine in Moogles came down with a terrible fever, and I came all the way out here to get him some medicine, but I didn't know that it'd be so exhausting to search for it, Kupo. I don't think I can go on anymore. You look like you have plenty of energy left for fetching. I was looking for a mocha leaf. You should be able to find one to the southeast of the monastery. Keep in mind, you'll only be able to reach them if you can fly like us Moogles can. Any road, I think I'll just lie down here for a bit, Kupo. Well, the good news is we do have flight. I'm so glad I decided to go ahead and just unlock flight. Alright, so right over here onto just a separate floating island, it looks like? Except there's a mountain right there. I wonder if it's possible to Skyrim horse over it. Though obviously, we don't really have Skyrim horses here. More so, Skyrim mounts in general? I guess your Realm Reborn horses count. But I do wonder if you can climb over this. Probably not. The dialogue indicates they very much intend for you not to be able to get here without flight, so... Oh yeah, it's not even gonna let me land here, so you can't walk on that. Thank the heavens it's a mocha leaf, Kupo. I'm still quite tuckered out. I can barely flap my wings enough to fly. Say, why don't you head to Moogles and give the mocha leaf to my friend? Please hurry, his fever seemed terrible, Kupo. Alright then, I'll meet you in Moogles. Alright, made it to Moogles. Let's find this friend. Hello there, malcontent Moogle and meandering Moogle. Why is this happening to me, Kupo? So you're not doing very well. If we don't treat him soon, his Pom-pom. Say, do you happen to have a mocha leaf? I do. Moogles believe that chewing the mocha leaf lifts spirits, making it easier to accomplish more work. This does not seem to be the case with non-Moogles, the leaf having no noticeable effects outside of turning one's mouth green. His friend asked you to deliver it. How kind of him, Kupo. I'll use this to make medicine right away. I'm glad we can ensure our Moogles are healthy thanks to you, adventurer. Though I do wonder if perhaps the other Moogle might also be sick. The malcontent Moogle of Moogles is pondering the mocha leaf with distinct dissatisfaction. Thank you for collecting the mocha leaf, adventurer, but we'll need more than this to get my friend back on his feet. The leaf will give him his energy back, but only blistering scales can calm his fever, Kupo. Could you ask the Miss Bias if they would part with, say, 3 handfuls? If they're not forthcoming, you can use this moggling glaive to slice them off. It's so sharp you can trim their scales without them even noticing. Good luck, Kupo. Okay. We'll just stealthily chop scales off of BS. I'm sure this will go very well for us. I'm actually surprised that worked. Actually, hold on. This is stupid. No, 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 no. Oh, God. Okay, you know what? I'll... Can I? Do I dare? Juniper, you are my hero. I will meet you back at the sick Moogle. All right, I return. So tired, Kupo. So cold. You are not doing well. We really should go choke on the other one, shouldn't we? How goes the search for the blistering scales, Kupo? Those Miss BS aren't like to part with their scales willingly, but sneak up behind them and shave some off with that Moglin glaive I gave you, and they need never know. Yeah, they chased me off a cliff, and because I was in combat, the fall damage killed me. It was stupid. Thank you, Kupo. These scales aren't the shiniest I've ever seen. They're covered in my blood, but I suppose he'll have to do. I'll mix them with the mocha leaf and brew up a medicine that will soon bring the shine back to our patient's Pom-pom. Alright, how you feeling, friend? The meandering Moogle of Moghome is tossing and turning. I feel a lot better, Kupo, but it must be because of that mocha leaf that my friend went to find for me. But where is my friend Kupo? He isn't hurt, is he? He said he was going to the monastery, but the monastery full of monsters. Maybe the monsters got him and... I don't feel well, Kupo. I don't think I'll ever feel well until I see my friend again. Please bring him back to me, Kupo. Yeah, I've also been very concerned about what's going on with him. I'm worried he might also be sick. Alright, returning to the monastery, let's see if we can find this Mercurial Moogle. And I don't see them where we left them. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You okay? You are very much not okay. Okay, let's get you out of here. That is a lot of tarantula hawks, and they're in mating season. Why is the Weaver after me now? Oh no. Please die. There we go. You okay? What the heck happened? Adventurer, is that you? Thank goodness you came, Kupo. A swarm of nasty bugs appeared, so I had to hide. Now that they're gone, I can head back to Moghome and see how my friend's getting on. Okay, you're safe, you're not sick. You were just preoccupied with being attacked. Good. We got you out of there safely. Okay, looks like everybody is back here safe, sound, and healthy. I managed to make it back in one piece, Kupo. When those big bad beasts started chasing me, I thought I was for it. Don't understand that expression. I know what he's saying, but I'm not understanding the actual expression itself. Welcome back, adventurer. When our patient saw his friend had returned, he perked right up. I bet our mercurial friend here thinks it's his return that's done the trick and not my marvelous medicine, Kupo. No, I suppose we wouldn't have either if it wasn't for you. Hello, adventurer. I feel a lot better now. My friend is safe and sound too, Kupo. You're a lifesaver in more ways than one. Awesome. And looks like we're all cleaned up here in Moghome now as well. Alright, I'm going to meet you back at Asah, and we're going to work on... I'm going to try to work on the rest of the level 54 quests. Alright, made it to Asah. We're on top of the Northwest Tower, and if you notice that it's much later in the day, no, it's not. I didn't go to eat dinner or anything. Alright, Mogmum, you have our first level 54 quest for today. Mogmum looks so mad that his pom-pom is going to burst. The flowers in this area are precious. Moogles come all the way from Moghome to catch a sniff. That's why we can't have monsters barging in and trampling all over them, Kupo. The amphitheaters are the worst of the lot. Someone needs to do something about them. If you slay 3 of them, it might keep the beasts away for a while. Alright, let's go slay some amphitheaters then. There should be plenty of them just outside of Zenith. I don't know why I keep forgetting the name of Zenith. It is very frustrating. It's not a hard name to remember, but I can never remember it. Case in point, I pulled up the map to look up the name as we were flying over here. Also, good thing about this quest making us fight amphitheaters is we do need to kill them for their amphitheater skins. I think I'm mostly through all the amphitheater skin crafting, but it doesn't hurt to have extras, just in case. Worst case, I sell the extras to make back some of the money I spent on them. Alright, let's go report back. And then the next one is going to be... Looks like we've got 2 short quest chains we can do that are level 54. That'll teach those worms to come into our gardens, Kupo. You have my thanks, adventurer. It seems the roar of the dread worm sent the Skylords into a fury, but that doesn't mean they can just stamp around wherever they want. They really need to learn respect for our hard work. Alright, give me some silver pieces, and let's see. Let's actually pull up recommendations. That'll be the easiest way to find it. This one first. Hello there, Mogson. Mogson is gazing at the adventurer with an odd expression. Actually, let me move to a better camera position. Is that a creature from the surface? I was sure their existence was just the stuff of legends, Kupo. I never thought I'd see one in the flesh. But where was I? Oh yes, I was looking for 3 baskets I seem to have misplaced. Perhaps I forgot them near the forearms. Okay, you haven't even asked us for help. You were just talking to yourself about how weird we are. Or about how you didn't think we existed. Alright, well, let's go ahead and go take care of this job for you. And definitely get a reward. There's one. There's number 2. And the third one's probably going to be down this way if I had to guess. Yes. Alright, back we go to Mogson. There you are, Mogson. I bring you your baskets that you did not ask me to retrieve. Now can you pay me for a job you didn't ask me to do? Where could those baskets be, Kupo? Do you have any idea? I got them right here, sealed with a lid woven from the same grass as the body. This basket contains several small items indiscernible through the myriad holes in the weave. My baskets! Did you actually go looking for them? The legends say nothing about creatures from the surface being so kind. Exploring the ruins of the landlords and collecting the treasures scattered about is a hobby of mine, but I never dreamt I'd actually meet someone from the surface. I could not hope to find an artifact even half as valuable as our meeting, Kupo. Well, I'm glad I gave you something you find valuable. Alright, next up, my friend the Enabler. Mogson looks to be in a gift-giving mood. A friend of mine in Moogles has a bit of an obsession with the tools of the landlords. It's easy to see why. We Moogles love shiny things, Kupo. Tools from ages lost can be found strewn about the landlord colony, ripe for the taking. My friend Mogmill would be overjoyed if you could find and deliver a few pieces to him in Moghome. Alright, let's go find some ancient tools. Over at the landlord colony, just outside the House of Letters. Sounds good. Alright, made it to the destination. Let's see if we can't find these tools. Generally best to scout around the edge first. You can always look towards the middle, see if there's anything in there, but generally they tend to place the things you need to pick up around the edge of the area. Or more accurately, they place the edge of the area as the smallest circle which roughly contains all of the things you need to gather. Usually, not always. but it does lead to it being a good idea to search along the edges. Here we go. Along the edges, and in particular behind anything that looks like it could be an obstacle that would block your line of sight. Okay, I learned my lesson from another quest. Let's check up top. Here we go. Yep, I learned my lesson. They hid something up top in the House of Letters as well. Alright, on to Mogmill. There you are, Mogmill, up on top of Moghome. I've got a gift for you. Moogle tools are dreadfully dull. I wish I had more of the landlord's shiny scraps, Kupo. Good news! Worn down by centuries of exposure to the elements, the purpose of this man-made tool remains a mystery. This sheen, it's so bold. This metal's luster is so lovely, Kupo. What's that? Mogson said to give these to me. Thank you, Adventure. I'll make sure to send my regards to Mogson as well. Collecting these landlord relics has become a bit of an obsession for me. Everything is so shiny, I feel like I can just stare at my glittering collection all day, Kupo. Alright, I don't think I'm interested in any of these, so I'll just grab one to either sell or decent. More quests over here. Alright, well, we'll get to that later. Back to Mogson. Alright, I saw Mogson had one more quest for us. What do you got? Back to baskets. Mogson looks like he's forgotten something again. Oh no, I've done it again, Kupo. I've forgotten my baskets. Please, Adventure, find them for me. I forgot 3 baskets around Tharlum Kosh. Find them before the monsters get into them. Why are you leaving your baskets everywhere? What is going on with you in these baskets? Alright, all the way up north to Tharlum Kosh. Alright, made it to Tharlum Kosh. If you remember, this is where we did that whole Moogle expedition. Where we had to help like a dozen Moogles with their expedition to the area, make sure they stayed safe. There's 2 baskets. And number 3 is probably going to be on the west end. Well, where did you leave it? Let's go up high so we get a better vantage point. No, they're all definitely below here. Not seeing it anywhere, which is unfortunate. Let's try... We already got one from outside. Surely you wouldn't have left another one outside, right? Not seeing it. Where the heck is this last basket? Oh. Okay. Alright, back to Mogson then. Alright, Mogson, I bring you your other baskets. Please don't lose any more. If I don't get those baskets back, this whole day will have been a waste, Kupo. Were you able to recover them? I was. A strangely heavy basket woven with one of the thick grasses native to the islets floating atop the churning mist. Uh-oh. We should probably empty these first. My baskets! Thank heavens you found them, Kupo. I went to Tharlum Kosh to gather crystals for my crafting, but then I heard a dragon roar in the distance and ran off, leaving my baskets behind, Kupo. Okay, crystals, not monsters. Got it, got it. We're probably fine then. Alright, last person we want to find is Mogmons. And you are up this way. And you'll be the last one we do quest for today. Hello, Mogmons. Ooh, you've got 3. Let's start with something needs to change. Mogmont is flapping his wings, tired wings vigilantly. The Skylords of the North and South are in constant conflict. That is why one must remain ever vigilant, always on alert. I'm at my wit's end, Kupo. The Moogles here are in desperate need of relief. If you were to put a pause to the dragons fighting by slaying a few, it's like to give us some breathing room, Kupo. Sure, I can do that. I can slay a few moss dragons and lower sky lords. Weaken their numbers so they're not able to continue fighting each other and causing problems for the Moogles. Alright, there's one. I'll get 2 more moss dragons and we'll go find the lower sky lords. Alright, there we are. The moss dragons are done. Looks like the lower sky lords are going to be on the other side of Asah. They're gonna be these ones. Why are you all always fighting? What the heck? I thought you were all on the same side here. Don't you... I was under the impression that all the dragons in the Churning Mist were actively following Needhogg. I suppose not. Or I suppose they're not so loyal to Needhogg that they can't have their own issues between each other. Fair enough. There we go, dragons dealt with. Hopefully that calms things down a bit. Now we can finally breathe without dragons bothering us. It might be time to break out the wine, Kupo. Asah is the domain of Heavensward, and we can't permit Needhogg's menacing minions to encroach upon it. May you aid us again in our time of need. Alright, next up. Pom-pom panic. Mogmont is scouring the horizon for signs of Moogle life. A recent spate of dragon attacks has been keeping us on guard. One can never be too careful. But no Moogle can keep watch forever. My shift replacements were due to arrive some time ago, but there remains no sign of them. Could you see if they've run into any trouble along the road, Kupo? Alright, let's go find this replacement Moogle. A bit out there, but we should be able to get there in plenty of time. Alright, found a mazed Moogle. Are you lost? This isn't good. A nasty gang of dragons attacked my companions and me, scattering us every which way. The 3 of them should be around here. Have you found any trace of them, Kupo? Unfortunately, no, but I can go take a look for you. Oh, God. I've got 1 mount and 2 minions that I strongly dislike. The minions aren't even that bad. They're just intended for lighting and when you're doing a G-pose. From before G-pose was an actual tool that existed in this game. This, however, this is a very, very obnoxious bird. It's so big and so bright. No, 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 I did not mean to attack the lightning spray. Oh, crap. There we go. Mousy Moogle, how's it going? Are the dragons still out there? No? Then I guess I'll return. Well, glad you're safe. Next up is you, mortified Moogle. We barely escaped by the fluff of our pom-poms, Kupo. Well, time to go back to the others. Glad you just needed a moment to calm down. Alright, 1 more. All the way up here, hello! Where's the bloody road? Ah, many thanks for pointing me in the right direction, Kupo. Alright. Now back we go. Alright, Mazed Moogle, I bring you your comrades. You're all back safe and sound? We would have never found our way if it wasn't for you, adventure. We won't let any of those vile beasts take us by surprise on the way back. Okay, everything should be good then. The replacements are back. So next up, one last from Mogmont. Hello, Mogmont. You have what is probably going to be our last quest for today. Something as Mogmont's Pom-pom in a twist. This aggression will not stand, Kupo. Needhogg's meddlesome minions have swarmed the plaza in front of Zenith. We need to do something to teach them a lesson. One of them even had the gall to make a nest right in front of the holy place. If you can believe that. I need you to snatch an egg from it. That'll teach them to breed where they don't belong. It feels like I'm being thrown into extremely dangerous situations, but at the same time, I really can't expect the Moogles to be able to do much about that. They're so small and cute and fluffy. And we've seen them try to fight. It doesn't go well. No way, hang on, I take that back. We did have to fight good King Mogamog and his Mogsguard. Most Moogles seem very reluctant to do any fighting, though. You're not gonna let us set the eggs too very easily, are you? There we go, dragon dead. Get rid of you. And we can take the egg and run. There we are, back to Mogmont. There you are, Mogmont. I bring you a dragon egg and news of dead dragons. The nerve of that dragon making a nest in such holy grounds. Did you have any trouble stealing the egg, Koopa? The dragon is dead. The egg of one of Needhug's direct descendants. It is still slightly warm to the touch. That egg is larger than I imagined. Oh, you want to know what I plan on doing with it? Well, I'm going to march right back to that dragon and give it back the egg. But not before giving it an earful. I'll have it know that this is Hraesvelgur's domain, and we won't tolerate untidy nests around here, Koopa. The dragon is dead. I killed it. You're not going to have any luck returning it. Also, I don't know if lecturing it will work. Alright, then with that, we're making real good progress on the Churning Mists. Only, let me see, 22 quests remain. Oh god. And a lot of them are in a very, very long quest chain. I will see everyone next time, as I believe we're going to start wrapping up the Heavensward job quest. We're going to start with Dark Knight, Machinist, and Astrologian, before we move on with the main story at last. I will see everyone next time for that.